Ladies and gentlemen, I think we have some pretty interesting news to talk about coming from the exciting world of Chromebooks. I'm going to be working off of initially this article from Chrome Unboxed. I will drop a link in the description down below so that you can go check that out. New Chromebook, I don't know how you would pronounce this. I'm not even going to try. XOL emerges with an assistant key built in. So what we have here is something that is in the Chromium repositories that references this XOL project, but more specifically, it references an assistant key. So most Chromebooks do not have a dedicated assistant key. They've got their little round key over there on the left-hand side that works as the start menu button. But if we pull up a photo here from, this is actually on AliExpress where they're selling one, a keyboard for a Pixelbook, you can see the assistant key is down there on its own. And of course, what this does when you click it is it triggers the Google Assistant. Of course, Assistant is present on all of these devices, but only very few have a dedicated button. And that's why when you see this new Chromebook with an assistant key, your brain goes immediately to one place. It goes to all those other Chromebooks with an assistant key were made by Google. They were Pixelbooks. And of course, so we saw this, got very, very excited. Potentially, Google is doing what I've requested for them to do for a while now. They are re-entering the world of Chromebooks. Now, part of me wants to ramble on this point for a while about how I think it would be a great idea, a great thing for Google to be doing exactly this, to continue building out their ecosystem, right? They have their own phones, they have their own watches, they have their own tablets, but they don't currently have a laptop, and that doesn't make a ton of sense to me. They're also currently pushing this Chromebook Plus platform, which takes the Chromebook line and it puts a floor under, right? So these Chromebook Plus devices have to meet a minimum spec requirement, and by doing this, they become a Plus variant and they get some additional features, a lot of which are AI powered. Why, oh why, would Google not make a Pixelbook Plus? This seems to make a ton of sense, but there are some additional sort of weird things about this potentially Pixelbook, and we'll get to why it's probably not a Pixelbook here in just a moment. Let's go back to that article because it references, it's based off of Bria, which if you don't know what that is, I've mentioned here on this thread on Threads that Bria is a development board that indicates it's either running 12th or 13th gen Intel hardware. Of course, that's odd because 14th gen Intel hardware is going to be here pretty soon. So the assumption here would be that they're probably going to use 13th gen Intel chips. Maybe they just wanted to use something that was a bit more of a fully treaded on path, something that might be more stable. I don't think this is a big problem. It's just not going to be a bleeding edge piece of hardware. This is where things might get maybe a little bit disappointing for some, but also maybe more exciting for others. On another article here on Chrome Unboxed, they followed up on this and they saw some updates to this. And these updates had this tested by, and as you can see here, these are at Samsung Core Partner email addresses. So now we know that this XOL Chromebook is most certainly associated with Samsung. Now, it has been a while since Samsung has released or produced a Chromebook, and they have never produced a Chromebook with, did I say that weird Chromebook? I feel like I said Chromebook. They've never produced a Chromebook with a dedicated assistant key. So what I think is happening here, just sort of trying to read the tea leaves, is I think that Samsung is basically making the Pixelbook that for whatever reason Google does not currently have the intention to make. We have seen some tight integration, collaboration perhaps even, between Google and Samsung. A lot of those AI features on the S24 Ultra, things like their clone of Magic Editor, I am convinced are literally running in Google's data centers, probably while they're going to charge for them in 2025 because Google's probably going to charge for them to use them. Circle to Search launched on the S24 devices. And of course, Samsung is literally producing the Tensor chips for Google. So this is not outside the realm of possibility. Samsung is basically going to be making the closest thing we're probably going to get for a while, maybe ever, to a true Pixelbook. And of course, it goes without saying that it's most certainly going to be a Samsung Chromebook Plus. Now, yes, they did make a Samsung Chromebook Plus many, many years ago, but that's not what I mean. This is going to be a Chromebook Plus by Samsung. This could be the sort of flagship device that we've been waiting for this line, and they're already very good, right? Like the ones I've reviewed, the Samsung or the Asus CX, I think 34 was the model of that one. Fantastic. So you get something like that. Did Samsung, maybe we get really lucky and they do what they used to do and they have a stylus, an S Pen built in like the old Chromebook I've still got kicking around here at the house. That would be absolutely fantastic and something to definitely look out for and be very excited for. But I'd love to hear what you guys think in the comments down below. Hit those comments and let me know what you think about this. Subscribe for more content just like this, and until next time, stay nerdy, my friends.